So in this Django CRUD Web Application tutorial, in this part we will focus on deleting data. So we will in this tutorial create a CRUD application from scratch. So CRUD is meaning create, read, update and delete data from the database, and now we will focus on delete part of the CRUD functionality. We have already created this application where we have a list of customers that are retrieved from the database. And then we could click here, new customer, in order to create a new customer. And then we could click here to edit an existing customer. And now, finally, we are going to also make the feature for deleting an existing customer from the database. So then, as part of this customer page, we are going to add, similar as we added edit buttons, we are going to add delete buttons. And when we click on the delete button, we should be able to delete an existing customer from the database. We can also do that without clicking the delete button by entering this URL, customers/delete/ this number, which is the primary key, which we want to delete from the database. And as always, the first thing we need to do is to create a new view. So here in views.py, we have now created a view for the company, for the customers, for creating new customers, and updating existing customer. And now finally we are going to create a view for deleting data. So then we can create a new view here, which is basically just a Python function method. We can call it customer delete like this, and it needs to have a request input, and also as you see here in the update, it needs this primary key. Then we type primary key here as well as an input, and then we can retrieve the data by using creating a data object from the customer model like this. So customer dot objects dot get, and then pk for primary key equals to primary key like this. Also I need to have a column here. So basically, that's the first part of this customer delete view. In addition, in order to delete that data, we basically just use, previously when we wanted to save it, we used data.save, but now we just use delete data.delete, the delete method like this. Typically also want to return a message to the customer that data has been deleted, so we can copy from the previous method here and just change some of the information. So then instead of update, we type delete customer deleted successfully, and then go back to the customers page using this hyperlink like this. So basically that should be the new view for deleting a customer from the database. So also every time we create a new view, we also need to update this urls.py, and here we have URL patterns for the main page, for the customers page, for the new customer, and updating existing customer. So basically I just copy this one and change it to delete instead. And also here we need to have the primary key, and then views dot views, so then just views dot customer delete, which you find in the list there, and the name can then be delete like this. So now we have created a new view called customer delete, and we have updated the urls.py with this new URL like this. So now we can test it and see if it works as expected. So here you have this, you go back to the main startup page, company. So here's the startup page. We click here customers and get access to the customers, and then we can click new customer or edit one of the existing one, but now we want to delete. So then later we will also create a delete button here, but so far we can also manually just use this URL customers/delete and then the primary key. So then if I go back to this SQLite Studio and select all the data from the database to find the primary key we have here. So I assume I want to delete this customer, Trond Hansen, which has primary key number 6. Then I just type customers/delete/6 like this and hit enter, and then delete customer, customer deleted successfully, go back to customer. And then you see this one should now be deleted when I click refresh here. So then it's deleted. I can also see or check that in the database. So previously we had this Trond Hansen, which was primary key number 6, but when I run this query now, it has been deleted from the database. So now we know that the delete view is working as expected. Now we just need to update this template, including some delete button here. So then you go back to this customers.html page. Previously we was creating this action column, which you see here with the buttons. And we created a button for update. Then we also want to create a button for delete. So then basically I just copy that code like this. So now this is the update button, and then we have a delete button here. And then instead of customers/update, we need to have delete here. I can also change the color of the button. This one, warning, is this color, and then for deleting you typically want to have a red or something, so then I use its danger. And then now when I refresh this one, you see we got these two buttons like this. Yeah, one thing I just want to change, this TD here, I don't want to have this one. This one should be removed, so then we have TD here for the action, and TD, so there are two buttons in the same column, one for edit and one for delete. Go back to the web page, click refresh, and then you see both these two buttons are in the action column. So now if I want to delete Knut Trølsen here, you see when I hover over the delete button, you see then delete/5 here, delete/4, delete/3, delete/2, delete/1. So it's the primary key here. So when I want to delete Knut Trølsen, I push on the delete. Customer deleted successfully, go back to customers, and then you see it's deleted from the list. I also want to delete this one, click delete, and it's deleted from both the list here and from the database. So basically that's how you do the delete part of the CRUD functionality in Django. So now we have created a fully working Django application with CRUD functionality. Of course, there are lots of improvements to be made to make the code more robust, etc. But basically, we have created CRUD functionality. So here in the list, we have created the read part of the CRUD. New customer. Here we are able to create a new customer. So that's the create part. And then we have the update part by having these edit buttons where you can update existing data in the database. And finally, we have the delete part where you can delete existing data from the database. So now we have created a Django CRUD application from scratch. In the next and final part of this tutorial, we will also show how we can use this Django Admin, which is a built-in feature in Django, to create some CRUD functionality as well.